educated. Okay, so let's start. We're going to share a screen and I'll start the presentation. So we welcome you again. We say good night in any language as you see there. And we want to just highlight some things. And we are first going to listen to a video with regards to recession. And let's listen to this video by Mrs. Georgina from the IMF. Let's listen.
It is now clear that we have entered a recession as bad or worse than in 2009. We do project recovery in 2021. In fact, there may be a sizable rebound, but only if we succeed with containing the virus everywhere and prevent liquidity problems from becoming a solvency issue. A key concern about a long-lasting impact of the sudden stop of the world economy is the risk of a wave of bankruptcies and layoffs that not only can undermine the recovery, but can erode the fabric of our societies. To avoid this happening, many countries have taken far-reaching measures to address the health crisis and to cushion its impact on the economy, both on the monetary and on the fiscal side. The G20 yesterday reported fiscal measures totaling some $5 trillion, or over 6% of global GDP. It is very important for those ahead in taking action to share their experience with those still behind.
All right. So, you know, that's Mrs. Georgina. I hope you all were hearing the little clip that we have there. And why I like to show this is because that clip was just from last year. And I'm highlighting what she's saying, that, you know, in our present economy, there are many things that we are faced with. And you heard her, that was actually in the beginning of last year, around when we now started with COVID. And you are hearing that she mentioned about we are in a recession. And what is it? What is a recession? I want to remind you, it occurs when there are 2 or more consecutive quarters of negative economic growth, meaning GDP growth contracts during a recession. When an economy is facing recession, business sales and revenue decrease, which cause business to stop expanding. And Mrs. Georgina would have gone into details as to where the world's economy is and the measures, both fiscal, and she also mentioned others that, you know, the world is looking at doing in order to face a recession. I remind you that back in 2008, September and October of that year, the worst financial crisis happened in global history, and that including the Great Depression. And if you remember, that is when we had the mortgage crisis, back when JP Morgan and many of the banks failed in 2008. And this is the statement that this gentleman made, Ben Bernanke. In fact, just 1 minute, my screen seems to be sticking. Sorry about that. So in fact, we also had certain effects of it in our country. Back, if you remember 2008, you would remember that we had a situation with CLICO and even the HCU Financial, the credit union right here in Trinidad. So we had effects. Another thing that is happening in the world is inflation. And what is an inflation? It's only going back. Sorry about that. Don't know why. Inflation is the increase in the prices of goods and services due to the decrease in the purchasing power of our currency. So Let's say it again. Inflation is the increase in the prices of goods and services due to the decrease in the purchasing power of our currency. And when you look at the US dollar, this is just one currency we are looking, you would see that the purchasing power of the US have been falling for quite some time. Actually, if you look at the end of 2019, it was just mere cents of value. So why pay attention? Well, I'll give an example. Right now in Trinidad and Tobago, back in 1992, this is a real example. A single level 3 bedroom home was $165,000. Those days are no longer. And that same home today would cost you an average of 1.6 million. No frills, nothing else attached, just a simple single level 3 bedroom home. Why you need to pay attention is because the value of your dollar is eroding. In fact, there are many things that happen in the world, and this is just an example. We were fortunate to be with a group of people back in 2018 when this took place right there. We could not have visited this beautiful Arc of Triumph, which is in Paris. And why? Because gas went up. And look at the outrage, look at the effects, because 30 cents meant a lot for them. What about us in Trinidad? We have had so many increases, and sometimes we just don't pay attention. A third change that is happening in the world and in our economy, we are not left behind, is that technology is changing. In fact, economies of scale are usually devoid of innovation. They depend highly on private parties to drive progress, however. They are on average 5 to 6 years behind advancement, choosing to stay stuck in the old formats. And I want to say this is um, it's just not up to Trinidad alone, but it's the Caribbean or our climate. This is how it happens. No fault of ours sometimes, but just we are always 5 to 6 years behind. I remember hearing our latest budget that was given last year with regards to CNG, and yet you have electric vehicles, you have so many other things, and we are now actually looking into bringing this more to the front. Something we need to pay attention. So why did I show you the different challenges that the economy face, and why am I saying this? Well, I want to remind you how things change in front of us and we never pay attention. And it has to do with money. This presentation is about finance. It has to do with money. And sometimes none of us paid attention how money has changed. It moved from bartering, which we learned in school, or maybe our grandparents would have told you something about it, told you, or I know I learned from my grandparents about the barter system. But then it moved on to gold and silver. And gold is actually one of the truest form of value because it helps maintain value. But the world moved away, in effect, from it because it became risky and too bulky to have it on in everyday transactions. And that is where paper currency came into existence. It's called fiat currency. If you understand this, if you go look at what this money represents, you would realize that the value is because you and I say it has value. It doesn't really has anything back in it. And then we moved to credit cards. I'm an ex-banker. I'm also from finance in the insurance field. And I can let you know there are many people still not using the card systems today. They're afraid of the internet. They're afraid of the high fees that comes with credit cards. Yet there are many things we can't do without a credit card. So why am I showing you it? You still had to innovate, be innovative and move with it. And we moved to higher than that, where it's linked to PayPal, Perfect Money, other digital WePay, Apple Pay systems. And this is where the world is. Well, back in 2016, my husband and I, we were invited to a presentation in Curacao. And this is where I was brought into the knowledge of learning about this new form of payment called cryptocurrency. Now, today is a buzzword, and as we go on, you at the presentation looking at the presentation may know a little bit. But what is cryptocurrency? Simply put, it is digital money that uses a special technology called blockchain and a method called cryptography to produce stores of value that can be utilized as form of payments for goods and services. It operates similar to gold and silver because it works on supply and demand. Who invented it? Well, the first came out in 2008. It was introduced as a peer-to-peer system by someone or a group of persons, Satoshi Nakamoto. To this date, nobody knows about who this person is or who this group is. So he or them are anonymous. Anonymous. And yet, when it was released, when the first cryptocurrency was released, back in 2009, it started at 10 cents, and that is called Bitcoin. And many people may have heard about Bitcoin. The technology that drives the cryptocurrency is called blockchain, and it is digital and it records and verifies transactions. But they are a little bit better, it's a little bit better than regular digital systems because it's cost effective, it reduces cost to many people. It helps track and trace anything of value. So we are only showing you the finance part of it that is helping track and trace money. However, there are many other things like real estate and smart contracts and immigration and health and so forth. Another thing is it cannot be duplicated. It eliminates any attempts of fraud. So in this day and that we are living in, this sort of technology is very important. It's going to add value to all the financial institutions, to all the authorities in the world, all these systems, because of those three things that it can do safely. In fact, from 2016 to 2021, if you look at the chart, you're seeing the rapid growth of blockchain technology. What they're saying is blockchain jobs have become the second fastest growing sector in the job market. So should our children be studying accounting? Maybe, but they need to understand blockchain. Should they be studying law? Yes, but they also need to understand blockchain. And why? Because according to LinkedIn, it's 3 times the job posting for blockchain related jobs. It has tripled 3 times. 36% of financial services execs said that their companies are in preparation to make blockchain technology investments in the next 3 years. And this is within this period, 2016 to 2021. I personally can tell you when I first learned, as I said in 2016, Bitcoin was just 500 and something. And just a few days or a few weeks ago, it reached 60 something $1,000. It has grown so tremendously that within that time to now, there are over 8,000 cryptocurrencies out there, and we need to pay attention. So because I'm from finance and because my husband is also from finance, I decided to look at what the authorities are saying. Because one of the things that will drive this and makes it legal is what the authorities are saying. And the G20 nations, they normally come together to decide and to put laws and rules and regulations for the financial capabilities of all countries, in their countries, their states. And back then in 2018, this slide tells you 2018 when they met, this was March 2018, Argentina, they met there. And they had certain perspective on cryptocurrency. Some said neutral, some said legal, some illegal, and some were restricted. Around the same time, our bank, the central bank, and also the other banks in Trinidad and Tobago was looking into the rise of cryptocurrencies in the Caribbean. And what really attracted me to this is when I heard they are saying, the bankers in Trinidad were saying that we need to pay attention. But then this happened. And I looked and I saw that Canada says it's legal. I looked and I saw United States of America says it's legal. And United Kingdom says it's legal. And why? Because I know we deal with these banks. We deal with Bank of America, Lloyds Bank, different banks. We deal with the Bank of Canada. So if these countries are saying cryptocurrencies are legal, then we need to start paying attention. And they came back by November. It was a rapid position that they came back and said, we will regulate crypto assets. They were calling it assets. And that's why you need to understand for anti-money laundering. And they agreed with it in line with the Financial Action Task Force. They came back in 2019 and reaffirmed their positions on regulation. So this is not going away. This is not going away. So you need to understand it and you need to know, well, who needs it? Who needs it and why we need to pay attention? Well, right now, the World Bank says about 40% of the population is unbanked. Unbanked meaning they do not have they have smartphones, but they can't open bank accounts because of lack of some form of identification or probably no proof of address or probably not a steady job. So the unbanked is people who need this kind of financial wherewithal. Remittances, another reason why it's needed. Many of these people go to different countries to find jobs and work, and they have to send money to their loved ones. Remittances are very costly. It's between 20, it could range from about 10 to 25%, even more at times, and people pay high taxes on it. So this, because of the technology reducing costs, it helps. Global trade. With cryptocurrency, we can cross borders. We cannot cross border with our TT dollar. We just cannot. Nobody wants it. But by owning a cryptocurrency, anyone that you have, we can cross border because it's digital and it has value around the world. And it also helps in protecting the income and wealth, or our income and wealth. And why I tell you that is because I showed you the eroding the value of a US dollar. What does that mean? That means that if you go to the bank with 100 US today, what you can put, not the bank, the groceries or the wherever you go to purchase, what you could have gotten a couple of years ago with that 100 US, you cannot. If you take TT, it's the same. But with cryptocurrency, I could tell you the person who started back in 2008 that probably purchased when Bitcoin started at 10 cents, they have real value today. Their value was increased, their wealth was increased, and so forth. So you need to pay attention as to how the cryptocurrency helps in protecting our wealth. So our aim is to introduce to you our one ecosystem. One ecosystem, you're seeing this slide here. And if you notice in the middle, there is a little logo. That logo represents our community, One Life. And around everything else has different facets of our ecosystem. And as I go on, you will understand more. But at the very top, you would see that it starts with our academy. And this is what this is saying here. We are active in 190 countries plus, it's actually more than that. And we have more than 3.7 million and we have more businesses. So that is the ecosystem. And as you said, as I told you with the logo in the middle, we are centered around people driven by the future of payments. So it's a perfect ecosystem in that everything works along with the blockchain and the cryptocurrency. So what is our proposition? Why have you been invited? Why are you sitting down tonight in lockdown and listening to me? Well, our proposition is really for you to have a digital passport and an operational manual in our OneAcademy. We are really saying be a part of our OneAcademy. And these are the goals of our academy. We want to provide a framework wherein the community, the One Life community, is instilled with the blueprint and vision of our one ecosystem. That's our goal, that everybody understands how the one ecosystem and we can use it. Where OneAcademy is the product that we sell actually becomes the heart and it pumps to all other facets of the ecosystem, where we have the community, where we have our shopping platform, our e-commerce hub, where we have usability, And also Forex, where we can learn a new skill and we can trade and learn how to trade both in fiat as well as cryptocurrencies. Our mandate is to introduce the individual to the field of fintech. This is new, finance and technology with education, and help you to understand it in a very easy way. To prepare you for the new digital environment, you need to know this, you need to know it and not fear it. And to instill in the individual, you need to position him or herself or their family to take full advantage of the opportunities provided, and to provide a financial mentorship space where someone can act as a guide to assist in making proper financial decision. And all of that comes with the OneAcademy, where we have different disciplines. We can learn blockchain. This is the technology that drives it. We can learn from the comfort of our home and learn what it is, how it works, the characteristics of different types. We sell education. This is what you're learning. You can learn about finance. We just told you about being mentored. You can understand why mentorship is needed at times. Because of certain mistakes of the past, we just need guidance at times, and how money has changed, how we can benefit, understand yields, risk characteristics, identify markets, and so much more. This is the discipline on finance. Then we have Forex, where you can learn a new skill. And our founder says that this is a winning ticket for successful trading in the cryptocurrency world, because this would help you understand not just fiat, but also how to trade with cryptocurrency. And it's the only skill that does not depend on an employer, nor does it depend on people coming to buy your goods or services. So it's really is power in your hand. That's why our founder could say it's a winning ticket. Then we have legal courses. This is just the first, the inductees, just the first, where we have the laws on cryptocurrency, different jurisdiction. You need to understand this because you'd have taxation being discussed, different rules and regulation. You'd understand why some places call it asset and why some call it a commodity, and so on. And we also have finance for children. And this I love because the Bible tells us if we train a child from infancy, they will not depart from their ways. Well, that's spiritually. And I want to let you know, as parents, this is also financially. If we are bad with money, our children is going to follow the same footsteps and they're going to make the same mistakes if we do not prepare them. And we have Super Ted, who is our hero, and he teaches many things about the history of money, makes it simple, and it's a comic series, and it helps you, the adult, will also benefit from it, and it's beautiful. We train children from 5. So this is the process. The process is all what I just showed you in our ecosystem. In the academy, you select your education package, and this is exactly what you have to do. When you select it, you go through your education, yes? But with each education package, you get tokens. Tokens are what will become coins, but it has to go through processes. And you would see first split, second split, because you can combine accounts and have double, 2 or 1 split. What does a split do? Just what you're seeing on the screen. It doubles the tokens. What does that mean to you? Anything that goes through a splitting in finance, it decreases one side and increases on one side. So what am I saying? It doubles so that you can end up with more coins, but it reduces the cost of creating the coins to you. Now, mind you, this is a choice. This is free and it's a choice. You have to say yes or no, and it goes through the process and it ends up being coins. So I like to tell people we actually giving you education and we're helping you to learn and also earn. We actually saying we're paying you. We're practically giving you something of value that you can have usability with, and telling you learn this new education and this new system that is already upon us. Back in 2016, we would say, yes, it's coming. It's no longer coming, it's here. So 2015, our ones was 50 euro, 50 cents euro. 2020, 42.43 euro. Some of us had that great increase, and we celebrate because Bitcoin started at 10 cents, just as an example, and people had higher. But we are also starting just like how Bitcoin started, but we are in the transitioning stage, and we're crossing, and we are growing. So you are here at the right time. We like to refer to our e-commerce platform as the future economy, and you'd understand as I go on. We have hotel accommodations. This is where we can use our coins, Now, we are not traveling at this point in time. However, there are places in Trinidad and Tobago that will accept coins, something you should pay attention to. We also have food. We have people that do food and beverage in Trinidad. And that's why I love this opportunity. Because right now I can stay in Trinidad and Tobago and earn my TT dollar. You too, anywhere in the world, we have all the challenges, but we earn our TT dollar. But what our system is saying, our one ecosystem is telling you, become a student. Choose a package from our OneAcademy, our online academy, where you can decide whichever discipline you choose. However, you have the choice to accept what comes with it. And I'm saying choose it. Because these, when it go through the process of mining, you would learn what all of this is. Do not mind the jargons. You would understand the terms and terminology. And when it becomes coin, you have usability in our future economy, which exists right here online. And I like to say it's a new economy because side by side, you have old and new. I am benefiting in both, and it's called Deal Shaker. Our company also says that if you decide to do justice and tell other people, guess what? They will also help you and pay you for promoting this online academy, because everyone here must know that word of mouth advertising is still the best way to spread anything. And this is why we say promote, and invite to these meetings. So the choice is yours always. You can choose to be in one economy or both. I prefer to be in the old, earning my money, and also be in the new. Because at our academy, we say learn today so we can lead tomorrow. And that's just what we do. We learn and we earn. I want to thank you for being on the call tonight. I want to say thank the person that invited you. For the members who are seeing this for the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh time, we are in the right space at the right time, and we need to start moving. We will be sorry for staying stagnant and not sharing this and talking more. So I want to say good night, everyone, and I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share. And Ivan wanted to say something. Yes. So I want to thank you for it. And I want to pass the mic over to Mr. Wayne Wilson. I'm seeing him here. If he has any closing remarks. I thank you all. I see we had some things in the chat, but you could look at it, Wayne. Thank you very much. Okay, apparently Wayne is unable to open his mic. So I will ask Alvin just to say closing remarks, or if anyone in the panelists, I'm seeing others, if you wish to make any comment at this point in time, you can unmute and just say.
All right, so fantastic presentation, of course. And why we like to do these presentations so simple is because we understand that people are new to this environment. And although we are hearing all of these talks about cryptocurrency, and we are hearing Bitcoin, we are hearing Dogecoin, we are hearing Ethereum, we are hearing all these things, many times we don't really understand what it is about. How can I benefit as an individual? Is it just for the rich? Is it just for some 1% or 2%? to purchase and to really get more wealth. Is that the case? And what we are saying is no. What we are saying is that you have a chance, just as a normal layman, a normal individual, just to really get the education, because everybody's calling now to find out what this thing is about. And we are saying is that we have the understanding to let them know what it's about. But we're not just doing that. What we are doing is giving them value back for learning about something that will benefit them anyhow or will affect them anyhow. Because no matter what you do, the genie cannot go back in the bottle. It's as simple as that. It is out of the bottle. It will continue to manifest itself in many different aspects. And we are saying is that don't depend on your job, your employer. Don't depend on the government to bail you out. You bail yourself out. You, even if you are good right now, chances are with COVID, things will get a lot worse. We don't know how long this third lockdown will go for. We don't know that. So what we are saying is that try to reskill, try to retool yourself, try something else that you are probably not really accustomed to, but will give you the benefit that the future holds. And that to me is one of the key things, because everybody is saying, okay, the transfer of wealth is happening. How is it happening? The money that you have in your pocket is being converted to digital cryptocurrency. That is how it is happening. And the cryptocurrency, because of how it is created, is increasing in value and is giving you more spending power, as Michelle showed you, with our very own, started at 50 cents, and now we are spending it at 42, 43, 42.50, right? Depending on, and we are more or less seeing and realizing and capitalizing on the increase in value just over a period of 5 years.
Yeah.
And I don't think, when was the last time you got a pay raise to rival what we have seen in increase in our cryptocurrency? Or when has ever your money, you could tell me next year that $100 in your pocket will value $200. If you could tell me that tonight, fine. Come off, don't pay attention to us, and just don't bother. But if you cannot tell me that that $100 in your pocket will worth 200 or 150 or just 105, or what about 101? Just 101. If next year that $100 you could purchase, the purchasing power will be $101, then I say, my friend, stay where you are. If not, then you need to move to the other track, because the train that is coming will probably just lick you down, right? Will crash into you. And so move to the other track, please, and go with the train that is heading in the opposite direction. That is all we are saying. We could say much, much more, but again, what we tell you is to get back in contact with the person who invited you. Find out more about it. Do your own research. See, right? Go online. You will see so many things happening online. You will see so many countries talking about cryptocurrency and digital format. Even here in Trinidad and Tobago, we are talking about that. Although we are some ways behind still, but nevertheless, it will happen because we are forced, just like how they're forcing you to probably take that vaccination, you must. It's the same thing that is happening here, except you choose how you want it to affect you.
Yeah.
Okay, so having said that,
I just want to add something before we leave. Right now, when you do financial planning, we would say it's good to have a TT account and it's good to have a US account. It's good to have different currencies. Reason being, you may travel or you may have need of it. Somebody studying, it is worth more. We are saying right now, you need to get the education in order to know how to diversify your portfolio and set a portfolio in cryptocurrencies. And what we are saying, the only cryptocurrency that provides that education and gives usability, I can say that with full confidence, is the one that you're looking at. So what I am telling you tonight, start getting the information that you can start preparing yourself, because very soon the paper currency that we know we may not be able to use it.
yeah,
It was very easy for our government to change our $100 bills. It would be very easy to say we're no longer dealing with cash and we have gone digital. and many other things. So with that, I want to thank you.
I see that
I-
Mr. Edwin Wilson
Edwin,
raised his hand.
yes.
You can go ahead and unmute your mic, sir. Yeah.
Yes,
Good
Edwin.
night, sir.
Good night, everyone. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay, I lost you guys there for a moment. But good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone, depending on where you are in the world. And as usual, Ivan and Michelle give a very simple yet powerful presentation on this business. And I always wonder and ask myself, when a new person see this presentation and then say they are not interested or they don't understand, what they don't understand about what is presented. Because I like to keep it very simple. You know, we take a look at the presentation. To get involved, you need to buy a financial package, and you get education on finance, cryptocurrency. You learn about inflation and the effects. Michelle showed what money losing value, what it does. And you have the opportunity to be part of this company with a private blockchain mining your tokens that will eventually create the coins. The coins appreciate in value over time. And while that is happening, if you want to make income on a weekly basis, we have the one life aspect of it, where you can expose and show and share this business with your friends, family, neighbors, enemies, co-workers, etc. Because the company pay you commissions if you so choose to share it on a weekly basis in euros. That is very exciting to me. And we get to use our coins to purchase goods and services. So to me, that is easy enough to understand. Michelle showed all the different items that could be purchased from the deal shaker, and there are many thousands more. Just a few weeks ago, I purchased some products, some cleaning products on the deal shaker. And I was watching that package that I purchased, and it's over a year now I am purchasing from that merchant. And as our coins increase in value, I am spending less and less of my coins for the same amount of goods and services. You try that in your supermarket next time you go. That wouldn't happen. We have it all in this business, folks. I just want to ask you to get back to the person who invited you, get some more information, get the understanding, and come on this journey with us, because there are exciting times ahead. We are in the worst of times, but we are also in the best of times. So I hope you see the wisdom and get on board with us. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin.
Thank you, Sir Wilson,
Yeah.
as we like to call him. And yeah, so if there are anyone else that maybe would like to add, we'll be happy to entertain them, because so many people have been affected by this whole ecosystem that we call the one ecosystem, of course. And we just cannot talk about it enough, because we are seeing it change lives and continue to change lives. And we're talking about all over the world. We're not just talking about Trinidad on this side, but we are talking about over 190 countries, people. Right? It is having massive, massive effect on people's bottom line, their finances. And I guess everyone here uses money, right? I guess so. If you don't use money, please type in no on the chat right now. And we definitely have to get you out of this chat. But if you use money, you know that your everything basically revolves around money when you really check it out. There's a lot. It gives a certain discomfort if you can't pay your bills. And no one can tell me any other way. Right? So what we are saying is this is your opportunity. This could be your chance, maybe your last chance to really, I say, level the playing field, capture some wealth, and leave a legacy for your family, like what you wanted to do in the old system, but was not able to because,
Ivan?
yeah,
Yes, good night. I just want to jump in.
yeah,
Pleasant good night to everyone. Ivan and Michelle, Diamond Consultants. Really, really fantastic presentation. I know you all are very passionate about doing this business and have been doing it consistently with no letting up. You know, we have to get excited. You know, we can't give up. We have to push. You know, before any new innovative technology or some type of development occurs on the earth, there's usually um, ridicule. You know, and we have gone through that. You know, there's resistance, the second phase. You know, and then eventually there's mass acceptation. And our one coin, one life ecosystem, we are going through those phases. And what we have to do, members, is active, to get active and start to work. I mean, the world is in a situation. We have to diversify. The government is not doing a pretty good job. We have to do it for ourselves and for our families and to leave a legacy, you know. So I just want to say that this thing is working. You know, we were able to travel to the various countries, as Michelle said. We were able to participate in our ecosystem using our one coins to purchase goods and services, as Edwin said. You know, people bought cars, they bought lands, you know, even myself. Um, the television program that I do, the merchant there, the host of the show, Zelisa, accept at least 25% coin. So you can bring your business on the deal shaker and get paid in one coin cryptocurrency, either in full or part thereof. This thing is working. While your paper dollar is dying and losing purchasing power every day, the cryptocurrency and the cryptocurrency world as a new asset class, you know, is appreciating in value. So it just makes sense to diversify. We're not telling you to take all your money and put it in, but diversify. Make sure you get some crypto. And in particular, make sure you get some one coins. Get the educational packages, get back to the person who invited you, and everyone have a fantastic night. Thank you, Ivan and Michelle.
wow, thank you so much,
Thank you. Thank you.
Emmanuel Jack. You know, he has a fantastic show on Thursday dealing with natural health and some of the remedies that basically we could get without getting all those side effects that normally a medical regime will get into your system. So we thank you so much. And these are just some of the people who have benefited. And of course, there's so many more, but we'll go on until tomorrow morning. And so therefore, we say thank you so much for being on this call. We hope it has been a tremendous value to you. And we can't wait to see you again, maybe with one or two other people next Monday when we have the same program dealing with the one ecosystem and its benefits to you and mankind on a whole, I should say. All right. So with that, we say
We say good night. Good night.
Ivan,
Yes?
somebody's asking a question.
Oh.
Maria.
Okay.
In the
Is it in chat?
Is it in the chat?
Yes, she put up her hands. She put up her hands.
Okay, let me see. We still have some time, so. Okay, Maria, you could go ahead and talk. You can unmute your mic. Maria, I think you had your hand. You can unmute your mic and speak. Okay.
All right, we seem to be not getting her. Not hearing her.
So yeah,
So
we're not getting on.
We're not getting her. So we want to thank you. I believe the next time we do this presentation, I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm going to have 2 segments. I need to get excited to show you the many rewards that you can get in becoming an independent marketing associate that is educated and wealthy. So we'll have to take it up a notch and show some excitement like we are told to. We have to be convicted and get excited. So we do that
next Monday.
We could do that next time.
Yeah. So okay. So
bless night,
again,
everyone.
We say peace, love, and
one's out.
So see you next week, guys.
One's out.